Fantastic.
Hi.
So, Kate, how are you today?
I am doing really well. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic. I mean, the best way to start an epic evening is with an epic guest, right?
Absolutely.
There you go.
Absolutely.
There you go. So, welcome to the show. It is so cool to have you
Thank you
here.
for having me. I'm excited to be here.
It is amazing here. I mean, we have planned this for a while, but now it's happening. That's
I
super
know.
cool.
I know. We kept getting waylaid, which I was mostly on my end. I apologize.
That's fine. I mean, I understand. But hey, the important is that now you're here. Now, I need to give you a proper welcome to my show. You have seen some of my episodes before. You know exactly what I'm about to
I
do.
do. Yep.
Oh, you
Yep,
do.
I do.
Fantastic. I love it. Yeah. Let me tell you.
Good
I love
applause. Good.
Right? You know, it's a good start. You know, at some point we're gonna have like live audience, but you know, we're still working
Sure.
on it. You know, COVID,
Sure.
everything.
Yeah, of course. Absolutely.
Fantastic.
You're getting
So-
it all up and running.
Oh yeah. Staples Center, here I go. But anyway. But anyway, so starting with your acting career, tell me how it all started.
Yeah. I started in community theater when I was a little kid. So I started doing regional stuff when I was probably 4 or 5 years old. And I grew up in theater more than film when I was younger. Went to performing arts high school, middle school, got a degree in theater. And then from there, I got pretty heavily into the film side of the world in Los Angeles. I was down in Orange County finishing my degree and kind of like jumped into all of that very quickly. And from there, I mean, I've been in the arts my whole life, so I've just stuck with it because I love it.
I love it. That's so cool.
Yeah.
And at first, when you were recently started, like what kept you going? You know, because I think that whenever we're starting something, at first it's gonna be horrible. I mean, not horrible, but it's gonna be tough. You know, and you're not gonna know what you're doing, and you're gonna, it's tough. But like, what kept you growing? I mean, what kept you going and growing your career?
Honestly, I think I just got bitten by the bug really early, and once you're in it, you can't stop. I think very easily. And because I've been able to continue doing stage stuff my whole life, that's really kind of kept that passion going and, you know, hooked me in continuously. But I love the industry. It's a really crazy world to work in, and it's such a bizarre set of jobs that we all get to do working in the film industry and working on the theater side of things. I don't think I could do anything else really the same way. Yeah.
I love it. So in 2010 you were in Rizzoli and Isles. Tell me, was that like one of your first projects, and what are some of the things that you can remember, you know, like for those first experiences?
So for coming out of college, I went up into Los Angeles and I actually started doing a lot of background work just to try to get on set because I needed the experience. And Rizzoli and Isles was one of the shows that I got upgraded on. They picked me out of a crowd and had me jump into a trailer, and you know, the rest is kind of history. But it was a great group of people to work with, and it was a fun episode. And yeah, it blew my mind that was how film worked at that time because I was still pretty young and pretty new in the industry.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
And well, then during that same year, you were in Keepsake and Bridal Plastic. What can you tell me about a little bit about the characters?
I had a bunch of friends that started doing, I mean, it was kind of the early age of web series. So I had a bunch of friends that started doing web series and working on projects on their own. And, you know, I just jumped right in there with them. Bridal Plasty was actually, I believe that was a reality show, and I just did the title sequence for it. So they cast a bunch of people to be the fake people that were not actually on the show. We just did that whole title sequence, and I never saw the show in general. But those were pretty early days in my career for sure.
So cool.
Yeah.
It's so awesome that. And like, tell me, like, what is the usual approach? I mean, when you're in the process of character creation, I mean, I understand, of course, that usually depends on the role and everything, but like, usually, what gets you into this? Yeah, like, what gets you in this position to be like, okay, I'm good to go. Let's start creating this character.
I think it's really variable for me based on whether it's, live theater or if it's film, especially with film, unless you're doing a movie or you're a series regular, you're long form, you're kind of in and out really quickly. So you have to make decisions pretty fast. With theater, it's a much longer process. It's reading a script and, is that your dog?
Yeah, it's one of the dogs.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
With theater, it's much more of an intense process for me. I break down a script, I break down the character, I try to use a lot of my technical training growing up doing Shakespeare and working through all of the nuances that I can find with who that person is and how I relate to them and how I don't relate to them. But really, I approach everything kind of differently. It's really relative. Yeah.
That's amazing. It is so interesting, right? The fact that you can get the chance to create this character.
Yeah.
That it's not you, but it kind of borrows your body. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. And I think, at least for me, with everything that I've ever done as an actor, there is a piece of me in it. Whether it's the parts that I don't get to explore on a daily basis because they're not really part of who I am, or, it's characters that are very similar to who I am.
Totally.
It's all a little piece. Yeah.
I love it. And what would you say that it's important when you are on the making of a character?
Authenticity.
There you go.
Trusting yourself, listening.
Okay. Yeah, I can agree on that. And then you were in Aardvark, a web series, The Right Place, The Device, The Librarians, The Hollow One, 1111, Cassandra French Finishing School, MFA, Twin Peaks, Sorry for Your Loss, The Briarwood Collector. The list goes on and on. But tell me, what are some of the highlight moments that you can remember during those productions?
Oh man, I would say so a lot of those are shorts or projects that I had friends that worked on that I kind of got brought into because of who I knew. Okay. And then some of the bigger ones like Librarians and Twin Peaks, and even doing the Hollow One, which was, an indie feature. It was the first one that I got to do when I was up in Seattle. The people that I got to work with were incredible. I was very lucky on Twin Peaks, obviously, to work with David Lynch, who is a dream director and very strange, and just, he's been in the industry forever. He's been doing this for a really long time, and he was very kind to me, although, there are, of course, rumors that he can get a little nuts on set. And then with Librarians, my director was Jonathan Frakes, who you may know from Star Trek. And just getting to work with these icons has been incredible, and something that kind of turned me a little bit into the production level of this industry. And because I got to see all these amazing people working on sort of a different side of this industry and a different side of this craft, and I went, wow, I could expand my brain. I could do other things and really live in that creative juice in a different way.
Okay, I like that.
Yeah.
And what would you say it's an important aspect for storytelling?
Oh man, so many. Living your life, I think, is a really important aspect for storytelling. I don't think there's anything that can come close to what real experience gives you. And I don't mean real experience in work. I really mean real experience in life. And, seeing as much as you can, meeting as many people as you can, learning other people's stories, seeing how you relate to them, how they relate to you. I think those are all the components that bring imagination forward and bring characters forward and allow people to tell these really incredible, big, bizarre, wild stories, because being alive is that. It is bizarre and big and wild.
Love it. That is so cool. Now you have also produced some projects, right? Such as This the Season, Pick a Chick Bar, Relationship Deli, The Hollow One, and Aardvark web series. But tell me, what are some of the challenges of being a producer? What are some of the challenges of being a producer? But also, what are some of the things that you enjoy about it?
So So I got brought into producing on the Hollow One and also on Aardvark, and those were kind of my earlier experiences doing that. And then I went full tilt boogie. Like I went straight into line producing for commercials and kind of the digital sphere, and realized that it's very logistically oriented, line producing.
Okay.
And kind of tip the scales back into creative producing, and from there directing. But creative producing the deli series was really amazing because we got to take this kind of interesting idea of how do you create a relationship the way that you would create a sandwich or a drink or a, you know, anything. Pick a food item. How would you create a relationship the same way? And, you know, kind of make this parody of how people get involved with other people, or how relationships go, especially in your 20s and 30s.
Yeah.
And it hit a chord, and people really liked it, and they sort of took off with it, and it got shared. You know, we have over, I think, 10 million views, maybe 11 million views at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, our makeup artist for one of them is paying attention to this live stream. Hi, Kristen. So we got to make this really fun, you know, series of shorts with amazing people. I mean, really fun, creative, cool humans. And, you know, it was featured on Funny or Die, and then we were featured in the New York Times. And I think it was a surprising little engine that could, honestly. We sort of made it as this is funny, and we think it's funny, and then all of a sudden it turned into this much bigger thing than I think all of us expected it to. Yeah.
And like, what do you think it's important to know to those who recently started producing?
Oh, I gotta make sure that you get some sleep. I don't know, producers don't sleep, and I feel so bad for that.
Yeah, I bet.
Yeah.
I bet, because like, I think basically the whole project, movie, TV show, I mean, it rests on your shoulders, basically, right?
It really does for producers, I think. I mean, they have their hand in all aspects, beginning, middle, and end, and it can be very consuming, I think.
Yeah, I bet. I bet that. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I'm pretty sure that if I got into that, I will be ended up bald.
I'm definitely grayer from producing things in my life.
And maybe the eyebrow might be twitching a little bit.
Right,
you know?
right. Just a little twitch, yeah.
Okay. Now you have also done some directing. I mean, you're basically doing everything here.
Yeah.
For projects such as Paranormal Reality, Relationship Deli, Return, and series Curatolo, Braille. But like, tell me, like, what are some of the things that you like the most about directing?
Yeah, I was really lucky. So I got to, participate in directing part of the deli series just because I had such a heavy hand in it to begin with. But then my very dear friend, Therese Curatolo, who is an incredible singer. She tours with Postmodern Jukebox and Scary Pockets and all of these really fun bands. She and I had been talking about collaborating for a long time, and she came up with this, she wrote this song called Braille, which is kind of about unrequited love. And she approached me with the song and said, you know, what would you do with this? And I wrote a treatment and sent it her way. And we ended up piggybacking 2 shoots in one day. So we shot Braille and we shot another of her videos called Gypsy Poem in the same day.
Okay.
And it was such a fun experience. I mean, everyone who was involved was wonderful. Our cast was incredible. We had, you know, just a collection of really fun people that I've known throughout my life, and Teresa's known throughout her life, that came out and jumped on with us, which was fantastic. And it was really colorful and fun. We just got to play around a lot, but we planned it pretty well so that we could have that kind of ease when we were actually shooting. And it was such a nice space of creativity for me to play in with her. Yeah.
That is so cool. I mean, as I said before, you're basically doing everything here.
I try.
You're killing it. Let me tell you, you're doing it perfectly.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Like, at the moment, what has been some of the highlight moments on your career so far?
Oh my gosh. I would say working with Kristen Wiig. She did when they were doing Barb and Star Go to Vista Del Mar. I got to work with her on all of her promo shoots because she was directing the promo shoots, and
Okay.
I got brought on to help her creative produce those. And she's
Hmm.
one of my big idols in the world of comedy and all of the industry. And so she and I got to play around for a couple days, which was fantastic. Working on that, and I mean, that was definitely a highlight. But honestly, I think most of the time that I get to go on set is a highlight. I just really like being on set.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough. I like it.
Yeah.
Now, if you could describe an evening with all of the characters that you have played at the moment gathering together,
Oh no.
how could you describe it?
I've played a lot of dark characters. I think it would be almost a little macabre. Maybe it would be like an evening with, I don't know, an evening of soft songs and, you know, neat whiskey, I suppose.
Okay, I like it. And
Yeah.
if you could describe your career at the moment, but on a movie, TV show, a book, or even a play, why not? What would be the title of it?
The Mostly True Stories of Kate Alden.
I like that, by the way.
Thank you.
Yeah, okay. And if at some point, you know, when you're killing it even more, since Netflix is doing basically everything of everything, you know, we could, you know, submit the idea, just leave it there. You know?
Yeah, let's do that. That sounds great.
All right. We can plan. And if you could describe your career also, but this time on a drink, which one would you choose?
Ooh, oh, that's tough. That's especially tough because one of my favorite drinks in the world has also joined this. So maybe Mario's Hard Espresso, right? Let's see, how would I describe it as a drink? Probably a nice glass of Prosecco where it's bubbly and it's something that you want to keep drinking and you want to keep, you know, going after. It doesn't hit you too hard. Leaves you wanting a little bit more, but keeps you coming back. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I like that. Yeah, it's true. You like it until you can't see anymore.
Right. You like it until you can't see anymore. That's a great way to put it.
There you go. Amazing. And like Kate, my last question here is, what motivates you? I mean, we all have those days, right? In which we just feel like crap, you know?
Yeah.
We don't want to do anything else. We just think that we were doing it's a waste of time, that we have wasted our lives. We start to compare ourselves with other friends, family, or other people doing kind of the same thing as you. So what gets you out of this toxic, you know, what gets you out of this whole toxic bubble and to just be like, F it, I'm just going to do my thing?
You know, I've got a really amazing support system in my life. I have some incredible friends and family. And then I think my entire life I've had this really weird knot of drive that has pushed me forward at every single turn of my life and my career. And I'm not sure if that's something that's just a part of my character or if it's something that will go away at some point, but I'm very grateful to have that because it keeps me going and it keeps me wanting to learn and wanting to meet new people and participate in new stories and create new stories. And yeah, I mean, it's this weird little voice inside my head that says keep going.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, at the end, Kate, what can I say? I mean, it is really cool what you do. Your career is super awesome. I mean, I'm super sure that at some point we're gonna basically see you everywhere, and you're gonna basically conquering and directing this huge, these huge franchises, or making your own stuff here. You know, I'm super sure that is gonna happen.
Thank you. I really appreciate it.
Yeah,
I'll keep my fingers crossed. I'll keep going.
Tell me that I'm gonna keep them crossed 24/7.
Thank you so much.
Absolutely. And also, I want to thank those for watching me. If you're watching this right now, thank you so much. If you're watching this right now, later here on Instagram, or watching it on YouTube, or listening on Spotify or Apple Music, make sure that you're following Kate. You know, it's super simple. So what you're going to do is that you're going to put pause. You're going to leave a like, subscribe, follow. It helps me a lot. I love you very much. And then, you know, since it's holidays, who cares about being healthy? So go eat a cookie, you know?
Yeah.
Spoil yourself, go eat a lot of cookies, and then once you feel super full and you can't move, then you're gonna grab your phone and then you're gonna follow Kate. You're gonna leave a million likes, support her. I mean, let's make her trendy right now. Hashtag Team Kate. And then get back. And Kate, again, thank you so much to have you here. It's an honor to have
Thank you so much for having me.
As badass and incredible as you.
You are amazing. Thank you so much.
And before I send you off, I need to send you off properly again for someone as amazing and talented as you. So.
Awesome.
Keep killing it, keep being amazing. Happy New Year, and I'll see you in the next one.
You too. Awesome. Thank you so much.
Bye.
Bye.